Welcome back to our channel. I'm your host, Sarah, and I am absolutely thrilled to be here with you today. This is the podcast where we don't just teach you English, we give you the tools to build a better life, a better career, and a better future.
And hello, everyone. I am Jason. It is great to be back in the studio. Sarah, you seem very excited today. You are beaming with energy.
I am Jason. You know why? Because today we are tackling one of the most requested topics we have ever had. We have listeners writing in from Dubai, from Brazil, from Germany, from Japan, and they all want to know the same thing. How do I survive on an English-speaking construction site?
It is a huge topic. The construction industry is massive. It's not just about building houses, it's roads, bridges, skyscrapers, and even home renovations.
Exactly. And the language used there is quite special. It's a mix of very technical engineering terms and very casual, slang-heavy street language. It can be confusing.
I can imagine. I tried to fix a shelf in my apartment last weekend, and I watched a video in English. The man said, "Toenail the stud to the plate." I had no idea what he was talking about. I have toes, I have nails, but I don't think he meant my feet.
No, definitely not. Toenailing is a carpentry technique. See, this is exactly why we are doing this episode. By the end of this giant session, you will know what that means and so much more.
I am ready. I have my coffee, I have my notebook, and I am ready to work.
Fantastic. Today, we are going to break this down into 4 big phases, just like a real construction project. Phase 1, the foundation, safety, gear, and basic site rules. Phase 2, the structure, tools, materials, and verbs. Phase 3, the management, meetings, deadlines, and budgets. Phase 4, the finish, idioms and problem solving.
Wow, that is a full schedule. Let's not waste any time. Let's break ground. Phase 1, the foundation. Safety first.
All right, imagine we are walking up to the gate of a large commercial job site. Before we can even enter, we need to pass security and check in.
And they will check our clothes, right?
Absolutely. We touched on this briefly before, but let's go deep into PPE. Speaker 2, remind our listeners what that stands for.
Personal protective equipment.
Perfect. Now let's dress you up. First, the head. You need a hard hat. But did you know the colors often mean something?
Really? I thought you just picked your favorite color. I want a blue one.
On some sites, yes, but traditionally, a white hard hat is for managers, engineers, or foremen. Yellow is usually for general laborers. Blue is often for technical specialists like electricians or carpenters. And orange is sometimes for road crews or new employees.
Oh, so if I wear a white hat, people might think I am the boss?
They might, so be careful. Now, moving down, we need safety glasses or goggles. This is vital. I have a friend who got a metal shaving in his eye because he forgot his glasses.
That sounds painful. What about breathing if there's a lot of dust?
Great question. If you're demolishing concrete or working with insulation, you need a respirator or a dust mask.
A respirator is the big mask with the filters on the side, right?
Yes, it filters out dangerous particles. A dust mask is the simple paper one.
Okay, now let's talk about the feet again. We said steel-toed boots, but there is another specific phrase for boots on a site, non-slip soles.
Yes, sole is the bottom of the shoe. A construction site can be muddy, wet, or oily. You need non-slip soles so you don't fall.
Slip, trip, and fall. I hear that phrase a lot in safety videos.
It is the big 3 of safety hazards. Now, Jason, before work starts every morning, the whole team gathers for a quick meeting. Do you know what that meeting is called?
Is it the morning meeting?
Informally, yes, but the specific term is a toolbox talk.
A toolbox talk. That's a cool name. Do they sit on their toolboxes?
Maybe. It's usually a 5 to 10-minute briefing focused only on safety hazards for that specific day. For example, the foreman might say, "All right, everyone, listen up for the toolbox talk. Today, we are lifting heavy steel beams, so watch out for the crane's swing radius."
Swing radius. That's the area where the crane moves.
Exactly. Understanding the toolbox talk is critical. If you miss it, you might be kicked off the site.
Phase 2, the structure. Tools, materials, and action verbs.
Okay, Sarah, I'm safe, I have my PPE, and I listen to the toolbox talk. Now I want to build something.
Let's look at the tools of the trade. We can divide tools into two categories, hand tools and power tools.
Hand tools use your muscle power. Power tools use electricity or batteries.
Right, let's start with the tape measure. In the US, this is the most important tool. But here's a tricky verb. When you pull the tape out, you're extending the tape. When you let it go back in,
You are retracting it? Yes, retract. The tape retracts. Now look at this tool. It has a bubble of water and a little glass tube.
oh, I know this one. It tells you if something is straight. It is called a level.
Correct. And here's the adjective. If a shelf is perfectly horizontal, we say it is level.
Is the shelf level? Yes, it is level.
But what if it's vertical, straight up and down?
Is it also level?
No, this is a very common mistake. If it's horizontal, it's level. If it's vertical, straight up and down, it's plumb.
Plum, like the fruit? Plum?
Close. It's spelled Plumb. The B is silent, just like in plumber.
Ah, silent B. English is so tricky. So, the floor is level and the wall is plumb.
Beautiful sentence. Memorize that, everyone. The floor is level, the wall is plumb.
What about power tools? I love the noise they make.
The most common is the cordless drill. We use it to drill holes or drive screws. But what about the saw? There's a round saw used for cutting wood.
A circular saw.
Yes, a circular saw. But on the job site, you'll often hear slang. They might call it a skill saw.
Skill saw? Why?
Skill is a famous brand name. It's like how people call all tissues Kleenex.
Got it. So if someone asks for the skill saw, they want the circular saw.
Precisely. Now, let's talk about materials. We aren't just building with Legos. We use concrete, steel, timber, and drywall.
Drywall. That's the whiteboard used for walls inside houses, right?
Yes, in the UK, they call it plasterboard. In the US, it's drywall or sometimes sheetrock. Again, sheetrock is a brand name.
Okay, so plasterboard, drywall, sheetrock, it's all the same thing.
Yes. Now I promised you we would explain toenailing.
Yes, please, explain.
Okay, imagine you have a vertical piece of wood, a stud, sitting on a flat piece of wood, a plate. You need to connect them, but you can't hammer from the top because the wall is too tall. So you drive the nail in at a 45-degree angle through the side of the stud into the plate.
Ah, so the nail goes in diagonally, like through the toe of the wood.
Exactly. That action, hammering at an angle, is called toenailing.
That makes so much sense now.
Here's another great verb, caulk, C-A-U-L-K. Note the pronunciation. The L is mostly silent. It sounds like caulk.
Okay, be careful with pronunciation there. What does it mean?
To caulk means to fill gaps and cracks with a waterproof sealant. You caulk the windows to keep the rain out. You caulk the bathtub.
I need to caulk the windows.
Perfect. Phase 3, the management, meetings, deadlines, and budgets.
Okay, Sarah, we have built the wall, it's plumb, and we caulked the windows. Now the boss is calling us into the office.
It's time for business English. In construction, the project management side is huge.
Who are the main people we need to know?
The client, the person paying for the building, the general contractor, the GC, the main company hired to build it, subcontractors, the specialists hired by the GC, electricians, plumbers, painters, we call them subs for short.
The subs. Okay, so the GC hires the subs.
Right. Now, in the meeting, you look at a big chart with lots of colored bars showing the timeline. Do you know the name of this chart?
Is it a timeline chart?
It is formally called a Gantt chart.
Gantt chart. Gantt.
Yes, it shows the critical path.
The critical path. That sounds dramatic.
It is. The critical path is the sequence of tasks that must happen on time. If a task on the critical path is delayed, the whole project is delayed.
Can you give me an example?
Sure, painting the walls is not on the critical path for the foundation, but pouring the concrete is on the critical path for framing the walls. You can't frame until you pour.
I see. So if the concrete is late, everything is late.
Exactly. Now, let's roleplay a difficult situation. This is a delay notification. You're the project manager, I'm the client. You have to tell me the project will not finish on Friday.
Oh no, I hate giving bad news.
It's part of the job. Try to use the sandwich method. Good news, bad news, good news, or solution.
Okay, let me try. Hi, Sarah. The team is working very hard. However, the steel delivery was late, so we cannot finish the roof by Friday. But we will work this weekend to catch up.
Jason, that was excellent. You started positive, working hard, stated the problem clearly, steel delivery late, and offered a solution immediately. Work this weekend.
Did you feel angry as the client?
No, because you gave me a solution. If you just said, we are late, sorry, I would be angry. But you said, we will catch up. That is professional.
What about money? Talking about money is awkward.
In construction, we talk about the budget. If you spend more money than planned, you are over budget.
And if we spend less?
You are under budget. Every client wants to be on time and under budget.
That is the dream.
There's a specific document for changing the cost. If the client says, I want a bigger window, the contractor writes a change order.
A change order.
Yes, it says you change the plan, so the price goes up by $500. Never do extra work without a signed change order.
That is good advice for freelancers too, not just construction workers.
Phase 4, Advanced Grammar, the passive voice.
Sarah, I noticed something when reading construction reports. They write strangely. They don't say, Bob poured the concrete. They say the concrete was poured.
Ah, the famous passive voice. You have a good ear, Jason. In engineering and technical English, we love the passive voice.
Why? Why not just say Bob did it?
Because in engineering, who did it is less important than what happened. Also, it avoids blaming people.
Can you show me the difference?
Active voice, Jason broke the window. Passive voice, the window was broken.
Ah, in the second one, my name is not there. I am safe.
Exactly. It sounds more objective. The inspection was completed instead of I completed the inspection. The materials were delivered instead of the truck delivered the materials.
So if I am writing a daily report, should I use passive voice?
Yes, it sounds more professional and formal. The electrical wiring was installed and tested. It sounds like a fact, not a story. Phase 5, Idioms, Building Language into Daily Life. We are nearing the end of our shift, Jason, but before we clock out, let's talk about how construction language has entered normal English.
Idioms. I love idioms.
There are so many. Here's the first one, groundbreaking.
That is a groundbreaking idea.
Literally, it means breaking the ground to start a building, but figuratively, it means an idea that is new, innovative, and starts something big.
The new iPhone was a groundbreaking device.
Perfect. Here's another, to hammer out a deal.
We need to hammer out the details.
It means to work hard, discuss, and negotiate until an agreement is reached, like hitting metal until it's the right shape.
Nice. What about mending fences?
He's trying to mend fences with his brother. It means to repair a relationship after a fight, like fixing a broken fence between neighbors.
And my favorite, to hit the nail on the head.
That means you are exactly right. You found the perfect answer.
Sarah, you hit the nail on the head with this explanation.
Thank you, Jason. One last one. Throw a spanner in the works.
In the US, throw a wrench in the gears.
Spanner is the British word for wrench, right?
Yes. If you throw a tool into a machine, the machine breaks. So to throw a wrench in the works means to cause a problem that stops a plan. The rain threw a wrench in our plans for a picnic.
Phase 6, Listener Q&A and Cultural Notes.
We have a few minutes left for some specific questions from our inbox.
Let's hear them.
This one is from Kenji in Japan. Kenji asks, I hear the word OSHA and American movies about work. What is OSHA?
Excellent question. OSHA stands for Occupational Safety and Health Administration. It is the government police for safety in the USA.
So if you break the rules, OSHA comes?
Yes, if a site is unsafe, people whisper, "Watch out, OSHA is here." In the UK, the equivalent is the HSE, the Health and Safety Executive.
Good to know. Another question from Maria in Spain. What is the difference between an architect and a civil engineer?
Oh, the classic rivalry. Generally speaking, the architect designs how the building looks and functions for the people inside. They care about aesthetics, light, and flow. The civil engineer or structural engineer makes sure the building stands up. They care about physics, loads, gravity, and materials.
So the architect draws the pretty picture and the engineer does the math to make it real.
That's a simple way to put it. They have to work together, but they often argue. The architect wants a floating glass staircase. The engineer says that is physically impossible.
Outro, the handover. Sarah, look at the time. The sun is setting on our job site.
We have done a lot of work today. We poured the foundation with safety words, we framed the structure with tools and verbs, we managed the project with business English, and we finished it off with idioms.
I feel like I just completed a degree in construction English.
It was a long shift, but we got it done. Let's recap the golden nuggets from today. PPE is your safety gear. Plumb means vertically straight. Level means horizontally straight. To caulk means to seal gaps. A Gantt chart tracks the critical path. If you're late, offer a solution, not just an excuse. And never forget the toolbox talk.
I will never forget.
To our listeners, thank you for sticking with us through this supersized episode. You guys are the hardest workers we know.
If you want the transcript for this episode because there were a lot of new words, check the description below.
And please, if you work in construction, leave us a comment. Tell us a word we missed. What is a slang word you use on your site?
We would love to hear from you. Until next time, keep building your English one brick at a time.
Stay safe, wear your hard hat, and see you next time.
Bye.